Katie and Matt, walking the scene with you in old flicks from the 90s. So keen, the VHS Club, they're the talk of the town. Breaking it down, spreading nostalgia all around. Moving and grooving to the synth-pop sound. Their insight so fresh, painting pictures profound. From Pulp Fiction to Clueless, they know it all. The genuine love for movies stands tall. Unfolding memories on that VHS screen, talking about classics like you've never seen. Katie with her charm, Matt with that wit. Together they make the VHS Club legit.
Welcome back to the VHS Club. Happy Thursday, Tater Tots. Hi, Josh. Hi, Nat.
Hey.
Hello.
It's Thursday. We're going back to 1989. Yep. Nothing could possibly be bad tonight. And Kathy is saying she needs all the laughs tonight. We've got to keep it coming because life is not. Yeah, life is. It's not good out of the 80s. So we're just gonna rewind back 1989 and spend a little bit of time geeking out over video games and all things Nintendo. And all that, let's be honest for a second. Did this movie make you want a Nintendo more than anything ever? Was this the movie? Did it work?
Really, the full purpose it was made.
But did it work? Did you?
Yes, of course.
Because I saw it for the first time last year, it made me want my old Nintendo back.
Yes. I felt exactly the same way. So hilarious. Typical Katie fact. As Nat will say in loud, crazy Nat voice, we owned this movie. Like Nat owns this movie. It was on the shelf in our apartment for forever. And I, in my mind, was confusing it with I knew it wasn't War Games, but I thought it was like a War Games-esque movie that I had seen. And I was like, oh yeah, The Wizard. And I had never seen it. And it was the most fun watch that I have had in a long time. So thank you, Josh. You have just made my whole evening wonderful. I watched it with my 14-year-old. He thought it was fabulous. And same as you. I was like, where I need to rebuy it. I mean, I have like a simulator and I have a lot of stuff, but I want the actual Nintendo. You have another one, Nat? You got a new old one?
I have two.
Okay.
Every time I see one at a garage sale or something, I pick it up just for spare parts. So I have 8 controllers, 2 Nintendos, 2 Game Genies,
I have a Super Nintendo, but I don't have the same vibes with the Super Nintendo that I did with the Nintendo. My brother has our original Nintendo, so maybe one of these nights while he's sleeping, I'm going to break into his house and steal it back. He doesn't play with it. It's just on display, which makes me a little bit more angry.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, respect, but also a little angry. How about you, Josh? Do you have a Nintendo?
I have the Switch. That's it. Because our old Nintendo went blue screen on us 30 years ago.
No, that
and
is.
And our Super Nintendo my brother has it right now.
No.
And then our N64 died on me about 12 years ago because my friend, whose name is Katie, came over for a gaming day.
Oh
and
no!
we tried to play Super Smash Brothers, and it wouldn't work anymore.
Oh, that's the worst.
So
feeling.
I have got those little, the little ones off of Amazon or Temu or whatever. I got for my brother.
Yeah.
And it has 250 games on it and stuff. And they're actually amazing. I've got him more than one, and they're so good.
My sister has
not in English, so it's hard
One
to
of
figure out
each.
what's happening. But it's like the menus there were just like button smash until we find a game. Anyways, but they're amazing. The
Yeah, my
Nintendo one is
sister-
really, really good.
My sister has the NES Mini and the Super NES Mini.
We have,
So
for whatever
she
weird
brought
reason,
both of them over.
we have an OG Super Nintendo and the SNES Mini. So like, I feel, I don't know, I've made horrible mistakes in my life. Apparently, I need to go out and immediately get a regular Nintendo. There's something about the actual console though, where like you need to be able to like put the games in and blow on the
You
games.
need to blow in the cartridge.
Yes, you have to blow in the cartridge.
I love.
Always did that.
I love that Hank says that the fact that I haven't seen it yet doesn't surprise him because until 3 minutes ago he thought no one else had seen this movie but him,
Which
is
blows
not
my
true.
mind.
This is not true.
It blows my mind that there are people who grew up in the time and didn't see it because it was literally like the movie was just a promo ad for Nintendo, like
Yeah.
for like an hour and a half. But
Yeah.
and it was to introduce Super Mario Brothers 3,
Yeah.
the new game, which they play at the end in the gaming competition.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really don't understand. I'm like, how did people in the who were kids at least in the 80s not see this?
I don't know. All right, well,
You lived right across the street,
I
Katie.
don't know.
I don't get what
There's
happened.
no reason why I wouldn't have seen it. I will say, and then I'll let Josh give the description of this because Kathy's like, I have not seen this yet. You need to tell me. But I will.
Kathy's like, I don't know what
I
this
will
is.
say that I actually was a little bit late to yes, so I was born in 1983, so this was definitely prime. Like there's no reason why I shouldn't have seen this. This was like a kid movie. I definitely was a kid at this time. But we were a bit late to all of it. Like we actually didn't get a Nintendo until it had been out for quite a while. Like we bought our first Nintendo at a garage sale for I think $25 or maybe $20 with I think 2 games. And then the mass majority of the games that we got were at like the flea market, at garage. Like we we saved our money and my brother and I got this Nintendo and we played it till we could not play anymore. And
Yeah.
then we upgraded
Until you got that click in your
yeah,
thumb.
you're like, ow, this hurts. We played it.
That's
all the
why
way
they used to
through.
call us
Yeah.
the Nintendo generation, because we all have this like ABAB click in our thumbs.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, well, okay, Josh.
Yeah, I didn't get my
Oh, yeah, go
my
ahead.
Nintendo until like 92.
Okay, yeah,
So like
that was probably about the same
so my
time we
mom
got
had
ours.
bought
Yeah.
the action pack. So it had the light gun
Ooh.
and it came with Super Mario Brothers
Uh-huh.
Duck Hunt combo cartridge.
Yeah.
So you could play both games.
that.
Yeah, Nintendo, like when you bought it, the original came with Mario and Duck Hunt.
Yeah,
Like it always came with Duck
yeah.
Hunt.
You had to have Duck
so-
Hunt. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I'm like still traumatized by, like that dog going.
Yes.
You should be. Everyone should be.
Him laughing at me every time I missed the duck.
Also, like the stress inducing. So at the end of the movie, when they're playing Super Mario Brothers for the first time, and you see, and
Goodness.
you see like the scrolling, like you have to jump and get the box at the end.
Yeah.
To get your like little like your mushroom, your
To get
star,
the
your
right one,
flower.
you need the
Yeah.
star.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
just
you need
like
the
get
star.
the star. And I'm like, I'm so stressed out right now.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. We've got to back up.
How stress inducing.
Josh is gonna tell us what this movie is about because Kathy is like, "What? Wait a sec. Are we talking Nintendo?
right.
Or are we talking movies?
why are we
We're talking both.
So-
Go ahead, Josh."
Yeah. So this movie is about 3 kids that go on a road trip to Los Angeles and end up in a video game competition.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All because the youngest, Jimmy, wanted to go to California.
Yep.
But nobody knew why
Nobody knew why. Yeah.
until the very end of the movie.
Yeah. It. All right. Let's break it down because Josh, you said that you actually only saw this recently, right? So you're like me. You saw this within like, the last
year.
year.
So like 2024.
Okay.
Because I got the DVD at Ottawa Comic Con in 2024. And I watched it like that weekend.
And obviously,
Well, because I'd heard about it
you liked it
for like
enough
10 years before that.
Yeah.
that you were like,
Yeah.
let's talk about this one on the show. What was it
Yeah.
about this movie that you were like, oh no, this needs to be, we need to talk about this?
Well, 2 things. First, Nintendo nostalgia,
Obviously.
because I had the NES and I actually played that original version of Super Mario Brothers 3
hmm
in the hospital, but we had the SNES version on Super Mario All-Stars.
Oh, yeah.
The cartridge that had the 16-bit versions
Oh
of
yeah, I have that one.
of those
Yep.
first games. Yeah. Second, Christian Slater.
I completely forgot he was in
He was
this.
in this. And he
And
serves
Katie
no
and I-
purpose in this.
Yeah. Katie and I simultaneously texted each other like at the end of the movie when we were watching it, and like we both said exactly the same thing. Like Christian Slater does nothing, like he serves not really much of a purpose in this movie, except he does lounge around and look hot. Like that's
Yeah.
the whole thing.
He
Like, I'm like,
does-
did he do anything?
He does get the dad into
Yeah.
Nintendo, which is really adorable.
Yeah.
He brings the fixed Nintendo with him as
Yeah.
he and the dad go on like their own road trip to try to find these kids, which is incredible. And so that is really, really sweet. And I guess neither Christian Slater or Beau Bridges, who plays the father, had any idea how to, like, they were not Nintendo kids at all. So they actually like learned
Obviously.
and ended up loving Nintendo as a result of this movie, which just goes to show Nintendo's ad plan worked. Like, it got everyone to want to buy a Nintendo. It got everyone to want to buy Super Mario Brothers 3. The U.S. audience had not yet seen this game, so like this
No.
actually was the grand
was the
reveal
intro.
of this game,
Yeah,
which
because it was delayed because of the delay of the U.S. version of Super Mario Brothers 2.
Kathy is saying,
out-
you guys are
coming out.
so young. Her first video game was Pong on the Texas Instruments computer. I played my fair share of Pong,
Yeah.
Kathy. Let me tell
I
you.
had Pong. we also had an Atari.
Yeah.
I still have an Atari
Yeah.
and a
Nice.
Sega. Yeah, I have all the
all the
those gaming
things.
systems.
Paul is
I'm
saying,
like, but yes, Nintendo was fun.
this movie has developed a cult following with movie-themed retro gaming tournaments hosted across the country. Luke Edwards, Fred Savage, and Jenny Lewis have made appearances at these events. This warms my heart. I immediately, as I was watching this, I was like, were these kinds of competitions actually like prevalent in the 80s and 90s?
Yes.
The answer is yes. And then I was like, do they still do these
Still
kinds of
are.
things now? And it was like, yes. And I was like, I need to.
Oh, yeah,
Katie, one
it's
of our
huge
friends.
now.
Remember our friend Rich?
Yeah.
He's like the world champion Halo player.
I know,
back
but
in the
I'm
day.
not like I need for
Like he was, I think like the world competition was like in South Korea or something. He,
No,
like,
I know.
traveled
I
the
know
world.
that I know that modern video game, but I'm the person that like I'm in the corner as like the things are like shooting at me or eating me, and I'm like I can't turn around. Like I need a side scroller to be able to get my way out of it.
She's just like
But
the gun spitting.
however, fun fact: I can play Super Mario Brothers 3 like with my eyes closed. I know every single
Stupidly
freaking
well.
secret in that game. I can like
Wow.
warp whistle my way around nobody's business.
Sweet.
I should time myself
it.
in how long it takes me to beat that game. It's not long. Like it is my
Oh.
superpower. This is my
Nice.
it's the one game I'm incredible at.
Yeah, I approve.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Good. I'm
So-
glad to hear it.
When the kids get to LA or Reno, and there's some like child-friendly casino for
Yeah.
only children.
Yeah, gaming
Which-
child friendly casino.
Okay, and it's like an arcade. It's all arcade games instead of casino games, and they even have like the cigarette girls, but like selling candy.
But they're
and anyways,
kids.
it was
yeah.
and it's all children,
Yeah.
and I'm just. I have so many questions that the movie does not answer about that. I'm like, what? But they're learning all the different games, and they call like a hotline, like a Nintendo hotline, to ask questions about places where they get stuck in the game.
Yeah,
Was that real?
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
I remember the magazine.
it was. Yeah,
There was a Nintendo hotline.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bring it
Why didn't
back.
I
Yeah.
call it?
Bring
that
it
and
back.
I
that
had
and
the
Nintendo Power.
magazine. I had the
Yeah.
magazines, and we used to like read, and that's how we learned all the secrets in Mario 3 was in the
Yeah.
magazine. Like, I might still
No,
have
there
it
was a
somewhere.
hotline because
Holy shit.
not everybody could afford to subscribe to Nintendo Power.
Yeah,
or
my
The
neighbor
magazine
got
wasn't always available.
I know. I was
Yeah.
trying to think about this because I definitely didn't. We didn't subscribe to Nintendo Power, but I knew all of the everything.
Kristen
so I was going to
did.
say we definitely had a friend that did because we.
Yeah. On our street,
Yeah.
our little like
Yeah.
Nintendo gang.
Well, this just in.
Yeah,
Val's
Kristen
son
down the street
apparently
had it.
plays in these tournaments as well. So I guess I'm the only one that doesn't play in these tournaments.
I don't either, but
Amazing.
that's just me.
Well, speaking of the Nintendo Power magazine, apparently participating theaters actually handed out Pocket Power, the pocket-sized version of this magazine,
Oh, yeah.
which I think is just absolutely
Wow.
fantastic.
I remember reading
this
about
was a
that.
whole marketing scheme. But okay, so now I will say, so here were my questions, and Josh, maybe you had these as well in that moment. So there was the constant question, although it like kind of made sense. So first there's Jimmy, who is, it seems like he's autistic,
The wizard.
but he's the wizard,
Mhm.
but he's not actually autistic. He basically has like
No.
post-traumatic stress disorder. His sister has passed away,
His-
and no
his
one,
twin sister.
yeah, his
Twin
twin sister
sister.
in a really horrific like accident, and so they
Yeah.
like, and there's no one is really, it was the 80s, no one is really dealing with it properly, and so this kid keeps running away, and so then Fred Savage, who is his brother, half brother, ends up, or step brother, ends up
Half-brother.
Half brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
ends up basically
Christian Slater, Fred Savage are Jimmy's
half
half
brothers.
Yeah.
So they end up running. Fred Savage's character ends up running away with him, and they go on this like cross country mission. They pick up this incredible badass character named Haley along the way, and then they get caught up in this concept of trying to get out to this tournament. Which that I'm on board with. So I'm like, yep, that makes sense. I believe in that.
Okay,
It was the
yeah.
80s.
So
What I don't,
the stepmom, Jimmy's mom, hires like, and her new husband hire this like one of the most evil
Yeah, a
villains I
heinous
think I've
person.
ever seen
Yeah.
in a kids movie.
yeah,
Hire this guy who is chasing the kids across the country or whatever to try and kidnap them to bring them back
Yeah.
home. That was crazy.
that was, and we
Yeah.
like we will get into that, but let's for just a second, because I have so many thoughts on that. What I didn't like understand, or what made like was a very serious hole. So they get all the way to Vegas, which is where Haley claims that her family lives, and she's got this big house, which is clearly not the truth. But they get all the way there, and as you said, Nat, they were in like this like casino hotel,
Kid casino?
but they're staying in like I know that they're gambling. I know that they're like using adults to gamble, but like they're staying in like this like beautiful, expensive like resort hotel, and they're like pool
on $400 because
Yeah.
they won $400.
yeah, they're like poolside. They're eating like all. So I was just like, okay, maybe, but it's a stretch.
unless they were still using Jimmy, so throughout the movie to get money to travel across like however many states or whatever it was to get to LA, they hustle people at arcades for money. Like they're like pool, like Jimmy's a pool shark, except it's with video games.
Yeah.
So they have like the poor little autistic brother. They're
Not
like
actually autistic.
hustling him out.
yeah.
Well, I mean, yes, the kid was traumatized and stuff, but I think he was also a bit
A little bit above.
on the
Okay, fair.
spectrum.
Yeah.
A touch of the tism,
Yeah.
like, which, I'm like, same, but so
Officially diagnosed.
Yeah.
there's not really any diagnostic tools for women, apparently. And it's just
Yeah,
something
it's so
like
stupid.
when your symptoms get super bad, like they notice you're autistic. Mostly for women, you get diagnosed in your 50s. So we'll see.
Maybe.
Yeah, so stupid.
Maybe. Yeah.
Like I do have a favorite spoon, but I'm not into trains.
Jake,
I don't know.
Jake is saying, yeah, he's a video game. Yeah, Jimmy is a video game shark. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What I didn't get is as you said, there's this like horrific, heinous, villainous bad guy who has been hired by the mother and the stepfather to like basically manhunt down these kids, and he's like willing to do anything. So he gets all the way like based on all, he's also on this road trip, and he's a little bit behind them, and he's competing with Christian Slater and the father to try to get there. But then he gets to
Which is insane.
Then he gets to Reno, and he's like finds the kid, and he like literally is just like grabs this kid, and there's like kids screaming, like he's clearly like kidnapping this child. And I know he says to the woman that's standing there like that he's the father, but he's clearly not. Like he's clearly kidnapping this child. And then there's this moment where they go into like the casino, and he gets the kid, and then of course Haley is badass, and so she screams that he's touched her breast, he's grabbed her breast, and the cops in like an epic never happens move just like swoop in and arrest him. Like they just like take him out, which is incredible. But the part I don't get is in like a few minutes after that, somehow he is free again because reality. And then he's making a call. He's calling and he somehow knows Haley's name, her full name. We don't even know her full name.
I don't.
And he's able to get her address. And I was like, but she literally just screamed out something. The cops grabbed him and then they were gone. Like Haley and the kids were like, there was no point where she was like leaving her name, coming to prosecute against him. Like, how does he know her name?
Did he
He was also dragged away by the police. So it wasn't like he like went up to the like hotel counter and was like, I need that, like, what room is that kid staying in? Like there was no sneaky spy antics. Like he was like,
I have
he
no
was
idea.
like child predator being carried out by the police and yet somehow figures out her name. And I was like, wait, like what?
What did this happen?
What?
So my theory is that when he got released by the cops,
Okay.
he made a few calls and gave the description of Haley to whoever, and they came back to him with the information
Okay.
based on her father's supposed job as a trucker. And
But I still feel like that would be a
all that
huge.
stuff.
You are probably right, and this is not against you. But I still feel like this would be like a huge violation on part of the police. Like a child accuses
Oh,
you
yeah.
of sexual assault, and they're like, "Allow us to help you find her name and her address." Like it.
yeah, but it wasn't necessarily the cops that he
Yeah.
got.
That's true.
to do it,
That's
like-
true.
He's technically a detective / bounty hunter, so he would have had resources
Yeah, that's true.
to find out who she is.
Yeah.
That's true.
So-
All right. I'll
so
let
this guy-
let it go.
So he wants his money. So he sees, so like when he's being hired and the ex-wife is talking to her ex-husband about their shared child, and what the plan is, he basically threatens the dad.
Yeah.
So the kid's actual
Yeah.
father threatens him and is like, if you go after him, get in my way, I'll end you. Like there are 2 missing children, okay?
Yeah.
And he tells the father of the 2 missing boys, like, I'll fuck your shit up if you get in the way of my paycheck. Oh my God. He was so villainous. He like slashes the guy's tires. He
Yes.
sells his car to a scrapyard. Oh
He's-
my God.
He's like Dick Dastardly.
He is Dick
Yeah.
Dastardly.
Or like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, doing all this stupid crap to foil
I just
his
couldn't believe. I'm like,
rival, and then just
I guess Nintendo was like, we need a villain in this
We
movie.
need a
Let's
bad
make him
guy."
the most diabolical person ever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Of like he rivaled Christopher Lloyd in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was
He was so evil.
He was so evil. And I watched this with my 14-year-old who like thoroughly enjoyed it, which just warms my heart. Like at no point did he feel like it was like it's dated, but in like the best possible way that you still want to watch it. But the few moments that he like lost it were at the moment, Nat, as you said, the bad guy slashes the tires of the dad while they're like in a restaurant. And Kieran was like, what? And then when they come back out and the dad like justifiably loses it because he's a dad trying to save his children, he comes out and he gets like a shovel because he's like a landscaper, and he out of the back of his truck and he like goes at the vehicle, and Kieran was like, oh yeah, mess up that car, like go for the car. And then he knocks like the mirror off, and it's like none of it is like damage to stop the car. Like both Kieran and I were sitting there like mess up his tires, like smash his windshield so he can't see, like do something so he can't actually continue to drive. And every time there's like a couple of times where this bad guy like completely derails them, and their reaction doesn't do anything to stop this bad guy from going after these kids. I'm like, come on. He was awful. And then the other moment that Kieran said, which I just thought was perfect, is that oh shoot, Nat, I'm not gonna remember the exact thing he said. He said about Haley's character, that she was she's like such a fiery character, like from the very start. I mean, there are moments where she literally punches Fred Savage's character in the face. Like she was
a walking hate crime.
hate crime.
That's what he says.
I was like, I don't know. She stands up for herself. He's like, oh yeah, no, she stands up for herself, but she is absolutely a walking hate crime. I was like, yeah, I think that's accurate. She's like, I think the MVP of this movie in many ways because
definitely.
she's just so like clearly she's had to be on her own. She's had to, you know, fight for what she has, but she's still like, I don't know. She's still like willing to be like part of the team, and she's, I don't know, she's spunky and ridiculous, but yeah, she's a train wreck, but in a lovable way.
Yeah, definitely.
So
in the
when they
MVP.
get to the competition at the end, which the competition is wild, it's set up almost like it's supposed to be some like cool futuristic robotic, I don't know, all of the like employees at the competition are wearing like prison guard uniforms.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's so strange. And like the kids go to sign up and the person at like the check-in like for registration is like yelling all of his words at the kids, and I'm like, what is
They're
happening?
enthusiastic.
And then we get into the competition, and like the host of the competition looks like a straight up villain, talks like a straight up villain, screams everything, and was sweating so much I was worried that he had a medical condition. I'm like, why is he sweating that much? What's happening? It was like pouring down the side of his face. I'm like, is this like why are we seeing this?
I mean, I do kind of love how in it he is though. Like your role is to be the host of like a kids video game competition, and this guy like literally looked like a Russian bad guy from like a James Bond movie, and still was just like so excited for the kids, sweat pouring down. I'm like, I kind of loved his
I guess he
crazy
did look like a
energy.
game villain.
He did. He looked like a video game villain.
But like they could have also gone with like a Mario look-alike instead. You know, like why'd they have to go with this guy?
I guess they couldn't afford Captain Lou Albano, who was playing Mario in Super Mario Brothers Super Show at the time.
Like I could have been like a I don't know, a non-Italian version of Wario.
Yeah.
Like
so the actual competition.
Yeah.
I don't know if you two remember this show, but there was a show on YTV called Video and Arcade Top 10.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And it reminded me of the kids on that show playing video games.
Yeah, it was probably, I mean, there's
And
only
it was
so
only
many
2 years
setups.
before that show came out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this movie, like it's an interesting concept because it didn't perform well in the theaters, but it didn't perform badly in the theaters. It made $14 million. It definitely was kind of our definition of cult classic in that as soon as it got to rentals and to VHS, it took off. It continues to sort of be a like beloved cult classic movie. We have a few people. Hank is the only person who's seen it, but everyone else is just learning about it now.
I would
it
be
obviously
interested
did well
to
for
know.
Nintendo. Like, obviously.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'd like to see Nintendo's return on investment.
I'm sure it was
I'd like to
probably
see
pretty
those
good.
numbers. Like, I think they did. I think it made way more money than just like the box office. I don't feel was
not the point
of
yeah.
this movie being made.
Yeah.
Like, Nintendo paid for this to be basically a promotional movie.
But so here's the question, and to Josh first, and then to Nat. But this movie is definitely a hour and 40-minute ad. Does it like? It feels like it still works as a movie, though. Like, does it have a strong enough story?
Does.
Yeah, okay, both of you are like, yes.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah. No, it doesn't feel like an ad at all.
It doesn't feel like an ad. It doesn't even feel product placement-y. Like it.
No, it doesn't.
Like, so one of the most iconic lines in this movie, for Val and for Kathy, who have not yet seen it, is, and I'm going to look to quote it. It says, "I love the Power Glove. It's so bad." And there's the Nintendo Power Glove, which was the
super
the
fancy.
it product, right? And completely was a total failure. Sold an insane amount of them, but was just like wildly unpopular. So it even in that, which is like 100% a product placement moment, it still was just like, oh yeah, cool. That's part of the video game like storyline. Like it didn't feel as obnoxious as someone like clearly sipping on a Coke, you know,
No,
like
exactly.
eating this bag of Lay's. Like it didn't feel
Yeah.
as product
No.
placement-y.
But you also have to think about the year it came out too,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Like 1989, that year was stacked with movies.
Yes.
Batman,
Yep.
Indiana Jones and the Last
Yeah.
Crusade, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, The Little
Huge films.
Mermaid,
Yeah.
huge Ghostbusters 2,
Holy moly.
um,
Yeah,
and
there was a
Star
lot
Trek
of
5.
competition.
Yeah, there was a lot of competition that year.
Yeah.
So,
But again, all Nintendo needed to do was make enough
yeah,
money to be able to afford Fred Savage, who was like
yeah,
the only like super famous person in that movie at that
yep,
time. He was like
Well, I mean, Bo
Bo
Bridges.
Bridges, I guess. I
yeah.
like
And Christian Slater. This was peak
that's
Christian
true.
Slater
Okay,
time too.
fine. Well,
Oh,
I
wait,
love Christian
Katie, you
Slater.
lied.
But like
Come on, Katie.
I will say, like, this was like peak Fred Savage time too. Like, this was peak Wonder Year.
Yes.
Like, he would have been
Yeah,
probably the
yeah, this was like beginning of Wonder
the
Years.
I don't know. It'd be interesting to see like how famous. But yeah, all they had to do was be able to pay those people and then
Yeah.
make enough
Yeah.
money to be able to afford like a good launch. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Paul is saying this is really interesting. During that one scene, the word Nintendo is said twice. The only time the word Nintendo is used throughout the movie. That's impressive to do a movie
Yeah.
like that is some marketing. We could all we should do an entire episode on like the marketing wizardry that is the wizard. Like that is really
Yeah.
really cool.
I mean, we see the system like because Christian Slater's carrying it with him across this
Yeah.
road trip.
Yeah.
So we see the gaming system a few times. We get
Yeah.
some really good snapshots of some of the games that were really popular coming out at the
Yes.
time. Like we saw
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we saw one of my favorites, Super C,
Mhm.
which is the sequel to Contra. A lot of people like Contra. I preferred Super C. That was my favorite
Okay.
game.
Nice.
Yeah, and they showed that. And there was a few other games, and some
Rad
games got
Racer.
Mhm.
yeah, and like there was a few mentions too.
Yeah.
So it was interesting because it fit with the story.
Yeah.
And at the time, like a lot of kids had some form of a gaming system, so it didn't. And again, they really did call us the Nintendo generation at the time. So
Yeah.
like
I'll hold
as
on to
as that kid, as Fred Savage, like the same age or whatever, it was like it made sense. Like it was just we were very into it at the time.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked the idea of like I don't think I would have thought about this, but it is interesting. I actually don't know when the Game Boy came out, but I was like, yeah, it both felt not weird on the line of being
Okay, so
weird,
that
but like
yeah. So the Game Boy was either 1988 or 1989.
okay, so it would have been like about this
Yeah.
time because I was like, oh, it's kind of strange that like, he like is bringing the Nintendo like the full Nintendo console with him,
Yeah.
but then also he just had it in the trunk because he was like had just fixed it and it's not that big, like it's not like so
No.
like the idea of like
No.
him bringing it with him and like plugging it into like the TV at the
He
auto
wasn't
shop and
bringing-
the like I was like that's like both fun and also like would that happen? And I was like, yeah, I feel like it, like I feel like
Yeah.
it would.
Probably.
Like it was believable.
Well, yeah, we used to bring it to go up to
Yeah.
the cottage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like yeah, it was travel sized.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's double size. Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't carrying around a tube TV, you know?
No.
So
I did want to talk a little bit. So Hank mentioned it earlier here. I want to pull back up his quote because I think it's interesting. Hank says this movie shows that autism can be a superpower. It's actually a really positive
Yeah.
message. I
Mhm.
I do also think like to this film's credit, the character of Jimmy and how well that character is acted, the actor that portrayed him, I think is actually really phenomenal. Like
Yeah.
to dive into this idea of this like backstory, which like is figure outable, like it's not like it's anything like over the like you can pretty clearly see what's happened to this kid before the like the grand reveal at the end, but
Yeah.
the idea of like he's running away, the frustration of the parents and not knowing what to do but wanting to help him, like there's clearly something wrong, but then he's also just like he's just a kid and it's just like this this horrible experience that's happened to him, and I thought it was like a really beautiful backstory again for a movie that is largely an ad. It's kind of impressive actually. Like the writing and the direction of this is much better than you would expect in this movie.
even when Haley has her moment when they're at her home, which is a trailer, and she's sitting up on the roof with Fred Savage, and they're like, she kind of confesses like her true backstory, because she, as they're traveling together, I mean, they're hitchhiking, which these kids hitchhiking across a state or whatever is
Totally
mind blowing, but also it was the 80s. They did
Yeah,
have to
totally
remind
safe.
parents to find their children when the lights went off.
Yeah.
um, but so she shares her backstory, and it, like, I even remember when I was a kid thinking like, whoa, like that's crazy. Like it had a lot of depth. Like her dad left, he's on the road all the time. Her mom's not around because she's a gambling addict. Like, it just, the whole story, it was like really heavy for a kid of like the age of what, 10? What were they, 10?
I think that they said
12?
they were 13, which I always am like, they looked younger to me, but I think they said they
Yeah.
were 13. Yeah, and she
Yeah.
is an interesting character in that she's got this like obviously very complicated backstory, but then she's like, she's proud of where she lives. Like, when she's talking about Reno, like there's a pride and a fun, like even when they're pulling into the city, she's just like, isn't it awesome? Like, it's like the glitz, the glamour of it. She's like a capable gambler. Like, so like which is horrible to say given that her mom has this addiction, but she's sort of like,
But that's how she learned it.
yeah, she's very kind of aware of of how to navigate in this world, and she's got like she has actually a pretty decent community. It's like she has that moment where earlier on where she says that she doesn't have, you know, any kind of any friends, and it's this sad moment, but then you see later where things go really wrong and Jimmy's been like re-kidnapped by the world's worst person ever, and
Yeah.
she's able to find like her, you know, this community of truck drivers and of the nicest possible men who are able to like come in and help out. So like it's like sad, but it's also like kind of beautiful, and like how resilient she is and how like she's created this actually
Yeah.
really positive space for herself. And it's hard to say like, I don't know. I kind of like, I feel like her father, even in many ways, even though he's not actively there we don't see him at all in the movie, he does come across as a bit like, he doesn't come across as a bad person. Like, it sounds like he's like,
No,
he's a
he's
trucker, he's
just
on the road,
road.
and he's
Yeah.
doing his best to parent her. He seems like he actually is probably a pretty decent father, like given how she's navigating the world and how she talks about her situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked her. I
Yeah,
thought
it's
she was cool.
interesting that she's, yeah, like we see her like fun, spunky side, her like
Yeah.
fierce, like protective side, and then her vulnerability. Anyways, all that to say is it's a lot of depth for a Disney ad, a Nintendo ad. Like,
Not a Disney.
it was surprisingly a lot of depth for this advert of a movie.
No, now if it were a Disney ad, she would have no parents
She
at
would
all.
have, the parents would have been brutally murdered.
Her
in
mom
the
would have
first
been
moment of
dead.
the movie.
Her
Yeah. Her dad too, probably.
We love you,
but-
Disney, but also it would have been a different
Like,
movie for sure.
Disney kills off parents all the time.
Yeah.
I did think it was interesting, and someone in the chat mentioned this as well. But so the actress that plays Haley, Jenny Lewis, apparently went on to become a legit indie music star. So she's just like,
Nice.
she's the coolest in this movie and just in real life, as far as I can tell, which I think is absolutely fantastic. It looks like her character, unless my robot friends lied to me, it looks like her indie music star name is Rilo Kiley. Unless I'm getting that wrong, but I'll have to look
Okay.
up. I have to look up her music, and then obviously Fred Savage. Nat looked up the actor who plays Jimmy, whose name I don't know, and he like just
Edward Lewis, I think.
Edward Lewis.
Something like that.
Is that it?
Lewis Edward. I can't remember. Anyways, he's dumb hot now. I don't know what.
He seems to be doing
I
great.
looked him. I'm sorry, Josh.
Yeah.
But like, I looked him up. I sent Katie a screenshot. I'm like, what?
Good on him.
Like,
He was a cute kid. He's a gorgeous adult.
he's a
It's all
very
worked
cute
out
kid.
well.
He's a very good looking man now. I like, because like cute kids don't always grow up to be like stupidly hot. Like,
Doesn't always work out that way.
anyways, yeah, it was really funny.
And then there was Fred Savage.
And then there was Fred Savage. I've always liked both
He
Fred
was
and
always
Ben
such a
Savage.
cutie.
I always just really liked both of them.
Yeah.
I did find it funny
Apparently,
that
he's a terrible human being now, but whatever.
I just had to put on my earmuffs on that.
I mean,
So it's-
what 80s star
yeah, isn't.
survived.
hasn't become a horrible human being
Yeah.
since then? Like, it seems to be the way of things these days.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sad,
exactly.
sad but true story. I did
Yeah.
like that his character's name was Corey because that was Ben Savage's name in Boy Meets
Yeah,
World. That was the only
really
character I could
threw me
remember.
because this is like 4 years before Boy Meets World.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, his name is Corey. I'll be able to remember that. we can talk about that in the show.
And there's a cameo in this movie that kind of surprised me.
Mhm.
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey
This was
Maguire.
his first film.
Where was he in it?
He was the kid with
the Power Glove.
Lucas
Lucas.
in the on the steps
Oh,
He was a
I
henchman.
as they
didn't
were coming out of
notice.
the competition the first time.
I really didn't even
I
notice
did,
him.
Nat,
Yeah.
if
Sorry,
it makes you
Tobey
feel better,
Maguire.
I did not notice him either, but then I saw it in the facts afterwards and went back. But which is funny because I believe, isn't he the actor who is famously like in Empire Records but wasn't actually in Empire
Yes.
Records? Okay.
Yeah.
Like they cut all of his scenes.
Yeah, he's credited for Empire Records, but they had to cut his scenes because he was too wasted to film anything. So.
Yeah.
That checks.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, he made it into this one. He made it into
Yeah.
this film. I did look up a
'Cause-
whole bunch of information on the Power Glove because I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I knew of the Power Glove, but I don't know if it's been a while since I had seen it. I was like, I have some questions about this.
Yeah.
Fun fact,
I wonder if it worked well.
it apparently did not work well at all. Like it was,
No.
it sold really well because of the amazing marketing team behind Nintendo, but it did absolutely terribly. Like people hated it, but it's a huge collector's item right now. But I was joking because they apparently never made a left-handed one. So if you're left-handed like
No,
my
I know.
son, you would not be able to. I was like, oh,
No.
sad face. You can never use this even
No.
if we find one.
I remember seeing years ago the review that Angry Video Game Nerd
Oh,
did
I
for the
love
Power
him.
Glove.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why it's a collector's item nowadays because his review.
For those of you who have not seen Angry Video Game Nerd, and it's been a while since I've watched it, so if it doesn't hold up or it has bad moments in it, I apologize in advance. But there is this one, he does a review of the Ghostbusters game. Have you seen that one, Josh?
Years ago, like it's been
So-
a long time.
So the premise of his YouTube show, and I think there's also DVDs and maybe even VHS of it.
Yeah,
but
there's DVDs.
the premise of his show is that he like plays Nintendo and Super Nintendo and like Atari older games and works his way through. And so he gets the NES game for Ghostbusters and he like blows on it, puts it in his system, sits down to play. It's the hardest game ever and it makes like zero sense, unsurprisingly. Like it was literally just like put together because the films were out. And so he just keeps like dying and like the things that are happening make zero sense. And it just gets like way more challenging and ridiculous. Like it's like you need this food, but you can't get this food because it's like up here. So then he's like, okay, forget it. I'm gonna screw it. I'm cracking out the Game Genie. So he gets the Game Genie, puts the Game Genie on the game. And then he gets all the way, like it's like hours he's been playing this and he gets all the way to like this one part that's literally impossible, but with the Game Genie and like figuring it out, he gets all the way to the end of the game. And then it rolls the credits and the screen goes black and all it says is congratulations. Like spelled horrible, like just the worst possible way with like multiple exclamation marks. And it says, you've defeated an excellent game. And that's all it says. And then it just ends. And it was
That's amazing.
all I could think of was like,
It's
I want
hilarious.
this game just so I can somehow magically figure out how to like get to the end just so I can see this in real life. Cause it like the look on his face where he was just like, what? And then it just ends.
Yeah, because
Like,
there's usually like a little like
secret
video or
and-
something.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. The creators were
At
just
the
like,
end of
you did
winning
it.
game.
Good job. Bye.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yeah. You've defeated
the thing I
an
loved
excellent
about-
game.
That's the thing I loved about old NES games is that they ended simply. You know,
Yeah.
like Mario defeated Bowser in the original Super Mario Brothers, got the princess.
Yep.
And the message, and I think the message was, I'm sorry, but the princess has been taken is in another castle. ... Just kidding. She's right there.
They're like, we have another game
I
coming out
forget.
because we're Nintendo and we're going to sell it to you because we're good at marketing. Yeah.
I forget the ending of Super Mario Brothers 2.
I was
remember
never good at 2.
I did beat.
I was pretty good at 1 and I'm incredible at 3. I'm gonna...
Okay, but which which Super Mario Brothers 2? Because remember, there's the lost levels.
There are the last levels. I am
Oh,
equally
right.
bad at
Because
the
that was Super
regular
Mario
game
Brothers
and
2
the
in
lost
Japan.
levels.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
I am. I'm not.
No, the one we had here.
I'm not good.
I actually quite enjoyed it once I got a handle on the rhythm of playing
Yeah.
it. It's
Yeah.
like, I don't know what it is, but every time I would play these games, the first few times I'd be completely terrible, but then it's like some pattern recognition or something, and then I'm like, all right, let's go.
Well,
And I sit
so
there until I finish it.
the first time I played Super Mario Brothers 3, right, on the actual NES, the original version, I was in the hospital. I had an IV right in my
Oh
hand.
no, that makes it tough.
I had the support board over my hand.
Oh no,
Okay.
how did you play? That's impressive.
Um,
You're just
very,
like trying
very
the whole
difficult thing.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's impressive. You get points for that.
It didn't go so well, but
Just
I
like
got
dropping,
I made
dying,
it
dying.
I made it pretty far in the first map because I played the 16-bit version
Okay.
on the Super Nintendo,
Yeah.
right? So I knew what the levels were.
Yeah.
So I could navigate them without too much difficulty, despite my
Yeah.
extra handicap with having the IV in my hand with the support board.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
All right, so
So-
my obviously, as I said, like the best game that I am good at in the world of NES, Super Mario Brothers 3. What about you, Josh? Is there one that you're just like incredible at or favorite?
Probably. So my favorite is the Batman the video game
We're not surprised.
that came out as a tie-in for Batman 89.
Perfect.
But I think the game I did fairly well in is Days of Thunder,
Oh,
the racing game.
Oh, cool.
I remember that
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Nat?
We had it for it. So
That's
I
awesome.
was very good at the X-Men arcade game.
I remember that.
Yeah. And really I liked computer games a lot. Like the old ones, like Katie and I used to play Dune
We played Dune
and Dune
Oh, yeah.
2 all the
and
time.
Doom. Yeah. Yeah.
Get the engineer. What was that one with the engineer?
Command
and Conquer?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I loved all of those.
Yeah. It is
Like,
amazing how
There was Duke Nukem.
Duke
Like
Nukem.
so
Yeah.
inappropriate for children to play, but whatever.
Worms Armageddon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nintendo, I loved Adventure Island 2.
Uh-huh.
I loved Kirby. I loved the Marios. I like Super C and Contra. Turtles.
Yoshi's Cookie was another one that I
Oh yeah.
quite
I
enjoyed.
don't think I've ever played, or I have played it, but I don't have it.
I don't have that one.
Yeah, it was.
Katie and I loved on
And
Sega
I-
Genesis, not Mortal Kombat, but Eternal Champions.
We're
Okay.
really good at
It
Eternal
was
Champions.
so good.
I've never played the Sega Genesis because we never owned one, and I didn't have any friends that owned one. So
I was saying to so
I never got around
seeing
to
the
playing
Power
it.
Glove reminded me. So Nat has my old Sega Genesis
Yeah.
and I forget what it was called. Nat, maybe you remember the name of it.
It was like a circle.
It was like it was
I-
this
it's
circle
here,
that you
actually.
clicked together to make like a
it's behind my
circle on the
chair.
floor, and then you would stand
Yeah.
in the middle of the circle, and if you like punched your arm
Punched
over
and
like
kicked.
punched or kicked over like or flailed over over a certain piece, your character would do that in the game, and like
Do the move.
and I have to say
And
like,
you could do combos.
it's actually kind of impressive because like I mean it probably worked about as good as the Power Glove. Like it did the
Yeah.
things that you did it, but
Yeah.
at the time, like that was actually kind of impressive if I think back to like
Yeah,
how long it took to get to like what we have now and what the kids these days are growing up with. It is
Yeah.
it is kind of awesome to see. So yeah, this was just a fun again, good job, Josh.
was a
It was a really fun
very fun
rewatch.
movie. Yeah,
I think it holds up. I think it's well acted, like all the way through. And
Yeah.
the storyline is actually like again way better than what you would expect for this movie and for like
And
Oh, yeah.
the villain was so over the top. Like I'm
So
still
bad.
angry. Like they're at like the competition was like at Universal Studios or something, or
Yeah.
some kind of
yeah,
amusement.
it was at Universal
Park
Studios,
movie.
and people thought
Universal
it people thought
Studios.
it was an
Universal.
actual contest, and it was not. It was totally made up for this movie.
yeah.
But yeah,
And like so they get on and they're doing a tour of the studio and like the King Kong and whatever set, and they're on that little trolley thing, and the kids hop on to get away from the villain, and then he hops on and like he's chasing these kids, and everybody's just kind of like watching.
I know. No one stops him. He's like clearly a villain.
Like
trying
clearly
to
the
kidnap
kids
this-
are screaming, "Run!
Yeah.
He's gonna get us! Oh my god!" He has a black eye, broken glasses. He's in like a black trench coat practically. Like he looks like a bad guy, and nobody does anything. I'm like,
No.
what is happening? I'm like, oh god.
So
So pressed about it.
I don't know how true this is, but that tour that they were on,
Yeah.
that was the Universal Studios tour that was advertised at the beginning of the VHS tape
Oh,
for this
interesting.
movie in 1990.
So funny.
That's awesome.
And because it was also on the beginning of the Jetsons, the movie
uh-huh.
VHS as well. So
I have no idea what exists or doesn't exist
No.
today as far as Universal Studio tours go, but I was like, that was one of those like iconic things that I always wanted to do as a kid and still
Yeah.
yet have not done. Is like
I don't think it exists anymore.
where like Jaws jumped
'Cause
up at you and
yeah. I think because it was replaced by like Harry Potter stuff
not
at
the same.
some point.
Well,
So
because is it like, so I've been to Universal in in Florida.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess they would probably have it similar in yeah, I was gonna say, was it separate? Because in my
Yeah.
mind, I always thought that this was like at the in the studios area where it was like a
Yeah.
different part of
Yeah.
LA than where Disneyland is. Like Disneyland isn't in
Yeah.
LA.
Yeah.
No,
proper,
it's in Anaheim.
yeah. That's so sad.
So
I
at
wanna
the
do
end
that.
of the movie, like when the families are reunited,
Yeah.
they pull over because Jimmy sees the dinosaur. So he's
Yep.
been carrying around this little lunchbox, and it has all this sort of memorabilia from his twin sister.
Mhm.
And he wanted to drop it off because they used to always go on these family trips, and this was like their favorite spot. So he wanted to drop off her stuff for her to be in a happy place.
Yeah.
Super cute, very touching.
Just like ugly crying. It was just like, it's so sad.
Yeah, I know. The dinosaurs, were those also in My Girl? Like what other movie were they in?
They're in a ton of other movies. Of course you had to mention that. It was like the one fact I saw and didn't copy through. But yeah, they're in like 5 or 6 other movies. They're a famous landmark. Paul
Yeah,
will catch up
I've
at some
never
point
been,
and tell us.
but I was like, oh great, this super depressing, tear-jerking moment. Also from My Girl. Thanks for the double trauma.
I don't know if I saw that it was in My Girl, but it was in and it might have been.
There's something about dinosaurs in My Girl. I don't know why it made me think
all
of
right.
that
Well, Paul is looking
specifically.
it up. I will also look it up. I will live fact check the dinosaurs. They were part of like a restaurant.
Yeah.
In the Wizard, 1989.
Are they still there? Do they still exist?
The 1989. They're called the Cabazon dinosaurs. I'm so sorry if I butchered this. Their names are Denny the Brontosaurus and Mr. Rex, and they're located off Interstate 10 in California. So they appear in Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Okay, I've seen that.
Oh shoot! There was another place that said where else they appeared. Oh, there. Jake said Pee-wee's Big Adventure. What else? I know I saw somewhere something else. Oh, here. Let me just look up. There's the specific article about them. I would like to go to there. I love stuff like that. Roadside attractions are kind of my jam. I don't know why. I love it.
It's true. Katie and I would stop at like anything and everything. Like if it said like biggest ball of yarn, we're like, let's go.
In popular culture,
Nice.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure, The Wizard, Everybody Wants to Rule the World, music video, Motortown, music video, Raining, music video, a 1999 episode of Visiting with Huell Hauser, All About Lulu, which is a 2008 novel that got turned into a movie. They're in Fallout New Vegas 2010 and the Fallout TV show. So no, not My Girl. At least not that it says.
Not My Girl.
But
There's
a lot
something
of other
about
stuff.
dinosaurs in My Girl. Anyways,
Giant
it made me think of that.
dinosaurs.
It's like
Giant
triggered.
dinosaurs.
I mean, this was the era of like dinosaurs. So,
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, we were leading up to Jurassic Park here. Like, this was only 4 years before Jurassic Park.
And to be honest, like all kids are obsessed with dinosaurs.
True.
Yeah. My nephew.
I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but like every child
They're cool.
is obsessed with dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs are
Yeah.
cool. How can you not like
They're
dinosaurs?
I love them.
I was when I was a kid.
Yeah,
Like,
still am. What do you mean was?
Yeah. Same.
Still into dinosaurs.
well,
When they rebooted the Jurassic Park movies, I went to go see it, and one of my friends was like, "This is so stupid." I'm like, "Yeah, it is really stupid, but it's also motherfucking dinosaurs."
Yes.
Like,
Stupid and
it was like,
the
that's
best.
a fair point.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
It's like I love when the one where the dinosaurs get in the house and like the raptor like uses a fingernail to actually move, like use the doorknob. I'm like, oh my god, it would not, but okay.
We'll believe it. We'll believe it. Well,
so
oh, go ahead, Josh.
speaking of soundtrack,
Yeah.
because the music video reminded me,
hmm
the soundtrack for this movie is pretty good.
It's very good. Yeah.
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 New Kids on the Block Hanging Tough was played in the diner.
Mhm.
Yep.
Like I
Yep.
put on my New Kids shirt.
Yeah. like Send Me an Angel
Yep.
is the only song that I recognized immediately in the movie because it was one my dad had on audio cassette like years ago. He still does, I think.
Yeah, I still have all my tapes somewhere.
It sets. I mean, it does exactly what you want a
and-
soundtrack to do. It sets. It sets the
Yeah.
entire tone of the movie. Like I think it did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Jake said,
yeah.
"Send me an angel." Yeah. It's a good one. It would be worth checking out.
And
and
even
listening to.
just the 80s adventure music,
Yeah.
like when
Oh yeah.
like
Yeah.
the montages and the road trip parts,
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
like
Even the
it's
first
just it really hit.
music at the very beginning where he's just like walking down that scene.
Yeah,
We should
it's
take
so
a
good.
moment. Like this movie starts with this young boy with a lunchbox just walking down a highway in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
Utah, and a plane like almost like knocks into him. It's that low.
Yeah.
I was
Like buzzes him.
it was
Yeah.
it was pretty like an impressive opening scene, like just kind of an awesome start to this movie. Jake is saying the end credit song was cool as well. Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
It definitely was.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're at that time. So if you're hanging out with us live and you've seen this, definitely drop your rating into the comments. You could rate in joysticks. You could rate in, I don't know, CDs. You could rate in. What else could you rate in? There are wizards. You could rate in wizards.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs. If you haven't seen it, if you're Kathy and Val and a couple other people who haven't seen it, let us know if this appeals to you, or if you're like, nah, I'm not Nintendo generation. I'm
Apparently
out on
only
this one.
Hank will vote.
Only Hank. Hank,
Yeah.
you're alone in voting for this because you are the only person that's seen this. No, we just Hank. It is amazing sometimes the things that like we think are just ours end up being much bigger
Yeah, I
than
know.
us.
Like it blows my mind that people haven't seen. Like I'm still shocked that Katie hasn't seen this movie, and it literally
I
sat in
have.
our living room for
I
years.
watched it.
For years. Like we lived together for how long? Like Jesus Christ, how did you not? I failed you as a friend.
Well, Jake has given this one all of the dinosaurs. I don't even so many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Paul is going 3. What are those? I'll have to make those bigger to see.
Wizards?
Alien
they're
wizards.
little
looks like.
They're so cute.
They're so fun.
I like this
I
little
am
ear.
using a tool from a company that I work for called Ecamm to run this production, and I say we, our developers who are way smarter than me, but they just added the ability to put like super stickers and like all kinds of fun stuff from YouTube
Oh yeah.
in. So now we can see like even cuter things. Now it doesn't say like
Nice.
this is a lemon dancing in a tiara.
Oh yeah.
So it's very fun to be able to feature that. So yay, Paul, for letting us see this. So
For letting us see the super cute wizard.
what do you two think? I know what I went for my rating, what I dropped in. What are you at for potatoes? Oh, it's a hard one. We just give 5 for
Yeah.
everything, so it's really difficult to say. Josh is like
Yeah, I
probably
was gonna
5.
say. Yeah.
I think a 4. Like I mean, the movie's for a kids movie. It's pretty good. The villain really pisses me off because he's
does it well.
too over the top. It's too over the top. I'm like
Yeah.
traumatized by this guy.
She must
Like
be
most
paying him
80s
a lot
villains
of
were.
money.
And his ugly little bolo,
Mhm.
Jesus.
Oh, I know.
Oh, it's and like there's nothing wrong with bolo ties. He just makes it look so smarmy.
Just
I'm
smarmy.
so bothered.
He
by
must have
this
been paid
person.
like a fortune. I kept just thinking, I'm like, if he is like this, like he's willing to like risk like life and limb and like all of the money on his vehicles.
Commit
She
several
must have been
felonies.
paying him so much money. Like
Yeah.
so much
Like-
money.
Like, how much money did he lose?
I don't know. Hopefully a lot. I hope he loses a lot of money.
I hope it's a lot.
this poor
Yeah.
actor who's just a good actor, and you were blaming him for the writing.
Guys,
It's really the Nintendo execs who are to blame for this. Well,
Yep.
I was with you, Nat. I went with 4. I thought
Yeah, that's fair.
I think like it's a really likable, fun movie. It's one I absolutely
It
will
is, yeah.
rewatch with the whole family. I will likely. I probably even own it on DVD. This is the kind of person I am. I'm probably like, oh yeah, I've seen that, so
I'm
I'll definitely buy
sure
it
you
and put it
do.
on my shelf. Well, if I don't own it, I definitely want to own it because I really enjoyed watching it, and it was super fun. So it was a 4.
Like I said, I found my copy at Ottawa Comic Con one like year and a half ago now.
Perfect.
And yeah, it was I grabbed it as soon as I found it because I'm like, okay, I've been hearing about this movie for like 15 years at this point.
Well, did it hold up
I
to the
need to
hype?
see it.
Hearing it like
It
over
did
it?
actually.
Okay.
That's
All right.
what surprised me
That's
about it.
impressive. That's impressive to like
Yeah.
have that amount of hype. I didn't go in with any hype because I was just like, I've already seen this. It's going to be a fun watch. So I was just delighted.
You're so shocked. You had no idea what was coming next.
Now I'm going to need to rewatch War Games because I was like, why did I think that this? I knew it wasn't.
But we did.
I knew
didn't
it
we do
wasn't
war games
War
for
Games.
the?
Yes. No, I know. I know the actors and what War Games is about, but I thought it was
Yeah.
like, you know how like when there's like the volcano movie and then there's like also Dante's Peak. Like I thought it was like
They
an
do
also
come
War Games
out-
movie.
Like they
Yeah.
come out in clusters, right? It's
Yeah.
like if there's one vampire movie, there's going to be
Yeah.
10. If
I thought
there's
it was like War Games and The Wizard, and I was like, yes, movies about kids who do cool tech stuff with computers.
Yeah, but then like The Last Starfighter was also like
Yes.
1984.
Yeah.
And that was kind of video game
Yeah,
based
they were all
because-
in my head as one
Yeah.
movie, where I knew that they were different
guess
movies,
so.
but I didn't know that this was this movie. I loved it. It's great.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Fred Savage was such a cute kid.
Such a
and
cute kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the whole movie was it was enjoyable.
Such-
Except
Yeah,
for that
definitely.
villain. Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you are all here, and all of you hanging out at home are here as well, because we're gonna. So I've been playing mostly by myself with with this game called Poorly Explained Movies 1980s edition, because we're firmly in the 80s. But Nat agreed to do this fun thing tonight, which Josh will help us with. So I'm gonna just we're not going to actually play the game because that would be kind of boring for everyone to watch. But we don't know what we're going to do next week because the following 2 weeks we have guests booked, and all of the movie ideas we had for what we were going to review, we're like, we need to watch 3 or 4 movies to really pull it off. So we're going to let the cards decide, with the exception of
Okay.
if we pull one that we've already reviewed, we're just going to skip it. But all right, so
Obviously.
I'm shuffling these. I'm shuffling. I split them in half. All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna I'll put this in the middle. All right. Okay, are we ready?
We're ready.
Yeah.
All right. We haven't done this one. So do you want to guess what do you think it is?
Like,
if I read
without a
it?
clue.
No, with a clue. Do you want to guess or do you
Okay,
want me
no,
just to say?
like, without a clue, I'm not psychic, Katie. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes,
All right.
clue.
So the clue is the badly explained movie is some retirees become obsessed with swimming. I wouldn't be able to guess this, but Nat's really good at these kinds of things.
No.
Some retirees
Some retirees
swimming.
become obsessed with swimming. Can you see that? Without me
No,
giving away the clue.
that's- oh,
And then
yeah,
the
no.
hint is they find it refreshing.
Swimming.
I don't know. I can't even
No,
begin to
I can't think
guess.
of it.
Well, next week's movie is 1985 Cocoon. Some retirees become
Oh!
obsessed with swimming. We are watching
See, I've never seen
Cocoon.
that, so I
Okay,
wouldn't
Cocoon
be
is
able to guess that.
amazing.
I don't know if I've seen it, gang. I guess we'll find out.
Apparently
We're gonna
you
Okay,
find out.
buckle up.
Buckle up. Oh, Paul's like, Kathy is like, Cocoon, come on, you guys. And
Yes.
Paul is like, I know it, but I can't think of the name. So next week we will be reviewing Cocoon. Hopefully it is, Paul is excited, or he's just excited that he was able to guess it.
I'm ex-
Either way, we're excited.
I am excited.
We will. So next week Cocoon, and then we have I can't remember the order, but we have a couple of fun guests coming on for a few silly movies. So I'm
Because I was
looking.
going to say, in 2 weeks, isn't that the one that got canceled?
Yeah,
'Cause the
so
guest-
Moose
Yes.
is coming
Yeah.
back to do Bushwhacked, and
Yeah.
then I can't remember what the other one is. I'm not staring at it, but yeah, we
I
have
don't
we have
remember.
we have two more guests. One of them is Moose coming to do
Mhm.
Bushwhacked, and I can't remember what the other movie is, but it is already scheduled on our channel, so you can take a look at it. But next week will be Cocoon, and then who knows? Maybe we'll
Nice.
let the cards pick again, since we have a list, but the list makes it.
I've added to the list.
We're just adding to the
not
list.
subtracted.
We're having fun. We're going to do Cocoon 1985 Cocoon next week. And who knows what we will do on the other side of a couple of fun interviews. But this has been so much fun. Great pick,
Yeah.
Josh, as usual.
No problem.
And Josh has
I had a good
the
time.
upcoming schedule for our movie nights as well. So if you want to be part of movie night, you have to make sure that you're signed up for our email. So you can do that at thevhsclubpod.com. And we send out emails usually just one a week, just letting you know what the episode, but we also send information about movie nights. So what have we got coming up, Josh, in your, what's the next movie night movie?
So we
You
haven't
had a
picked
good
an order
list.
yet because I remember I told
Dealer's
you.
choice. You gave me the list and I was
Yeah,
like,
I
I'm
know.
here.
I think for April, because April 1st is April Fool's Day.
Mhm.
The Adventures of Teddy Ruxpin, the live action one.
I'm
We
in.
talked about it in
I'm
our
in.
last watch party, I think. And
I'm in.
yeah,
All right.
it's just
So we're Teddy
Well, like
Ruxpin.
Teddy Ruxpin, by the way, kind of really creepy.
Nat,
Well, yeah,
Nat may
but-
consider this
I'm
a
like,
horror movie.
in hindsight, really happy never had one in the house.
All right. Well, Josh will
Because
bring
if
his
that
Teddy
shit
Ruxpin.
woke up in the middle of the
Nat will be
night,
scared.
yeah, except it's not a Furby, so it didn't do
God,
anything
those.
by itself.
Yeah, it was.
I
not-
don't like the Furbies.
You
I
actually
hate
had to put the tape into the Teddy Ruxpin in order
That's
for it
true.
to do anything.
That's true.
The Last Dragon. Thanks, Paul. The Last Dragon, April 9th. There you go. So Bushwhacked.
Oh,
and
yes,
then
that's
Last
what it was.
Dragon. We're good. We're all good. It's all good
Okay.
here. Cocoon, Bushwhacked, Last Dragon. That's the order. And Kathy is saying Cocoon is Awakenings with Seniors. Yeah, that's probably a better, poorly explained, better explained movie description for the movie. All right, and then April with Teddy Ruxpin will be our movie
party.
night movie and more stuff coming
Yeah.
along the way. But thanks to everyone
right.
for hanging out. Paul had 3 Furbies.
Thanks,
I don't want to know.
guys.
Oh God, they scare the living daylights out of me. I'll never forget when I went to New York City. It was 1999, and FAO Schwartz had like a
Paul.
50-foot Furby, like outside or in the store or something. It was like a big display, and I was just like,
What?
ugh.
Yeah, no.
Like it still haunts my dreams.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's
I mean,
bad.
I have enough nightmares from my sisters.
God.
Was in
That's
her
another
bedroom.
thing. I remember some like my aunt or something asking like, "Oh, did you want one?" And I was like, "No,
No.
like look at it." I no. God, terrifying.
Trolls were scary enough, and I enjoyed those. So I don't
Yeah.
have anything past that. Trolls were where it was at. Well, thank you, Jake, and thanks to everyone who hung out with us tonight. And huge thanks to
thanks,
Josh
everybody.
for a great pick. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go back and rewatch that one another couple times, and I'll be back again for next week's Cocoon party. But thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Night.
Bye.
Kidnapped